So we do need to address the elephant in the room and how or what the role of artificial intelligence is in writing. I think the fear is that there will be a lot of artificially created work. Like people will publish books like write me this book and go through all of the prompts, and they will actually generate a novel from this artificial intelligence. They will then publish it alongside of your self-published work that you've been working on for the past 2 years, blood, sweat, and tears going into this book. And then somebody just types in a prompt and spits out what inevitably will most likely be garbage. And that's because there's no way that a computer can have the authenticity of a human in writing. I don't care what you say. You can tell it to do whatever you want. A computer does not have emotions. A computer cannot process emotions like a human does. And therefore, I don't think with the technology that we have right now, I don't think a computer can come anywhere close to touching an actual writer, creator when it comes to story. That doesn't mean that people online won't be duped into buying AI generated garbage, which is why we probably need to come up with some way to label or watermark documents and books and art that has been where AI has been used. I think the line for that is, okay, well, I didn't use AI to generate any of the content in my books, but I did use AI as a tool in the editing process. I use Pro Writing Aid online. And they rely heavily on AI to do the grammatical errors and run reports on, analyze your writing. It still doesn't replace a human editor, but it definitely helps kind of point you in the right direction for what you're doing. But do I need to disclose that then to people online? Do I need to, because right now, whenever I upload my book, it says, was AI used in generating this? No, it wasn't used in generating it, but it was used as a tool in editing it. So the question is, do you need to disclose that you used AI to do the editing? I don't think that that's necessary, because I think that most spell checking or grammar checking is in itself a type of artificial intelligence. But that's a question as this becomes more prevalent in the writing space. So where do you take it? You could generate content with it, but it shouldn't be your main content. You shouldn't be creating books from it. If you wanted to create maybe a short article or a blog, or maybe come up with some ideas for marketing. Hey, ChatGPT, help me come up with a book marketing plan for this launch and release of this book. Tell it a little bit about your book, and maybe it can come up with some suggestions. Oh, you should run a Facebook, yada yada yada, or whatever. I'm not taking everything that it tells me to do, but I guess it's a way to generate ideas in general. You could use it as maybe a writing prompt. Maybe you are stuck and you have writer's block, and you just need like a little writing prompt to kind of like just get the creative juices flowing. You could have it generate a writing prompt for you. Like I said, editing assistance, predictive analysis. That's where helping writers predict trends in the market. I know as a creator, I am not as well versed in the industry trends and what to look out for as far as performance. Maybe look for keywords or ways to improve my SEO on my website. I'm not an expert in those areas. So I could ask, theoretically, AI questions to maybe do some predictive analysis on some potential keywords that might be included to generate sales for my book. That might be a way that you can use it without, generating your main book content. You're using it as a tool. You are not using it to do everything for you, just using it as a tool. So there can be some benefits to it and using it for a tool. The idea generation, research, especially if you're doing historical research, you could even ask you to give you sources. Sometimes it will make up sources, but sometimes it will actually give you an article out there, that it can point you to, and you could go read that actual source material. Outline and planning, it could help you develop writing schedules, maybe keep you on track. You can use it to optimize your content for your SEO and your readability, engagement on your social sites. I think the challenges with AI are going to be, making sure that you're using it in a manner that you are maintaining the authenticity and the originality of creative works, making sure that you're preserving the creative process. If you're part of the creative community, can't claim to be part of the creative community. If you're not actually creating anything, the computer is creating it for you. You're not actually a member of a creative community. You're in an IT community, I suppose. Job displacement. This is one, that I can struggle with here. Is if, you're using this editing software, are you replacing an editing job out there? I beg to differ. Like I said, human eyes are always better than the computer eyes as far as reading emotions. A lot of times, even pro writing aid sometimes struggles with things like dialogue. It tells me, well, that's not proper English. Well, no, because people don't speak proper English whenever they talk. The dialogue has to be natural. So it will cite that as an error when really it is more of that, whatever that character's speak is, I guess. And it is responsible use. I think that right now that's what we have to do, is use it responsibly and be truthful about how we're using it. Writers should view AI as an assistant, not a replacement. So you can use it as an assistant, but not a replacement. I think that's really important. And as far as the future of AI, I don't know. It's going to depend on how this all shakes out in court. I mean, essentially, they are stealing data from people without those creators' permission. So I think there would have to be some sort of way for you as a creator on the internet to indicate whether or not you want to be included in those types of AI queries, or whether you wanted your work to be excluded from it. And I think that maybe there needs to be some way to credit somewhere that the AI pulled information from all of these different creators and give them some sort of credit for the work that they did create based on a percentage of maybe how much the AI used from the image generated or the writing generated, and whether that person ends up being compensated, I don't know. Again, it's a rabbit hole, but it's here to stay. So somehow we're going to have to figure out how to navigate this big gaping rabbit hole that ChatGPT has basically opened, and now the cat's out of the bag and everybody has their own AI system. So I don't know what the future holds, but I have a feeling we're going to find out.